Hampshire wrapped up an innings and 42-run LV County Championship victory over Worcestershire at the Ageas Bowl with 2 sessions of the final day to spare. To be honest, the writing was on the wall before the final morning got underway, with Worcestershire following on 153 for 5, still needing a further 141 runs just to make Hampshire bat a second time. Realistically, they were going to have to bat all day to save this game. Daryl Mitchell had an eye on a personal prize as well after he started the day needing 29 runs to score 100 in his 100th first-class game. No side, of course, ever goes into a day thinking that anything is inevitable, and Worcestershire certainly would have talked about building partnerships to give themselves just a chance of coming out of this match with a draw, whatever the possibility of that happening at the start of the day. Michael Johnson supported his captain well, as Hampshire were made to wait for their first breakthrough of the morning. The total had moved on to 212, with the deficit standing at 82, where Mitchell was denied his ton by missing an attempted whip to leg and going LBW to Chris Wood for 92 after spending 5.5 hours at the crease. One often brings two, and that was the case here, as 3 overs later, Johnson on 44 was bang in front to an excitable David Balcombe. That left the visitors on 226 for 7, 68 runs behind, but Gareth Andrew produced a couple of stunning shots, which suggested that this pitch was one which still favoured the batting side. The truth is that Worcestershire just didn't bat well enough throughout this contest. And that meant that by lunch this game was over. Richard Jones was the 8th man out, chipping a ball from Balcombe to mid-wicket. Andrew soon followed, holding out to long on off the bowling of Danny Briggs. And finally, Chris Russell was bowled through the gate by Briggs, as Worcestershire, trailing on first innings by 294, were dismissed in their second for 252. Hampshire again sharing the wickets around, as they once more bowled intelligently as a unit. The margin of victory was a very comprehensive innings and 42 runs, a result which gave Hampshire the maximum 24 points, something managed only once throughout the country in last year's wet summer. Hampshire now travel to strugglers Essex on Monday, while Worcestershire, now with back-to-back batterings, will perhaps be pleased with the week off in order to regroup.